Hallo und herzlich willkommen zur neuen Folge von Tales of Zestiria. Wir haben letztes Mal da aufgehört, aber nur auf nochmal weitermachen. Aber ich habe jetzt dann, weil ich letztes Mal die Aufnahme Session beendet habe, habe ich bis dahin nochmal gemacht und hier sind wir erstmal dann.
You mustn't attack now!
What?
Rose will...
If we don't do anything, Rose will become a Hellion.
Except her wounds will kill her even before that happens.
A shepherd is faced with difficult choices sometimes. Isn't that right? Better decide quickly, shepherd.
Lila. We can't hold back if we want to win!
You mustn't attack now! Rose will...
What? If we don't do anything, Rose will become a Hellion.
Except her wounds will kill her even before that happens.
A shepherd is faced with difficult choices sometimes. Isn't that right? Better decide quickly, shepherd. Your darling comedian doesn't have long.
Silence!
Hold it, Sorey. Get back for a moment. I have a plan.
What?
Oh, shepherd, do quit your desperate flailing about. You risk making a mess of the grand stage I spent all this time preparing.
Sorey. Listen.
Dezel, don't push yourself.
Just listen to me. We have to sever the bond between Rose and the Hellion.
Even for the shepherd, that would be nothing short of a miracle.
It's impossible.
Sorey. Hand me that thing you cut from Savid. It can fire strength itself, right? Then I shall be that strength. I shall be your attack.
What do you mean?
Even as he is absorbed into the Hellion, he'll become an attack with a will of its own. He'll find the bond between Rose and the Hellion and sever it without hurting her body.
But that's just suicide!
If I can summon up the last reserves of my strength, and merge them with the power stored in this one remaining bullet, I can stay myself long enough to break the bond, while leaving Rose untouched. Sorey, neither Rose nor I can afford to waste any more time. You understand, don't you?
Dezel? No!
I'm counting on you. Don't mess this up!
What? Lukai Yurlik!
Rose, I'm so sorry. It was me. I caused you, the Wind Riders, everyone to suffer. It's all my fault.
That's what was bugging you? I suppose from the outside it looked like we were suffering. But as far as I'm concerned, these have been the happiest years of my life. 5 years ago, when everything went pear-shaped, we could have been tossed to the winds. But instead, we got to travel again together as the scattered bones and the sparrow feathers. I was so happy. In fact, I'm grateful to you. Really. Hey, come on. There's gotta be more you want to say.
I'm useless. In the end, I wasn't good for a damn thing. But I can say I did one thing right. Just one. And that one right thing made everything else worthwhile. I'm eternally grateful to you too, Rose. Thank you.
Yeah.
Tell Sorey and the others that it wasn't all bad. Romping around those ruins with all those nutballs.
I will.
And if they get bummed out about this, tell them, hey, I thought you had good to do in the world. Keep moping and crying, and I'll chain you up so tight you can't even breathe. And then, give him a good kick in the ass for me.
Yeah.
Good luck out there. Keep on keeping on.
Yeah!
Rose!
Oh, thank goodness.
So, how does it feel? What do you think, Shepherd? To be as infatuated with someone as he once was? Is it not right that Seraphim, whose blessings only cause misfortune, should not be allowed to exist? Was not his very existence evil to the core and deserving of extermination?
Lies!
You've got quite a bark, girl. Those are some plucky words from one who once sought to kill the shepherd for the same reasons.
Who are you anyway?
I am Simone. Like him, a wretched, pitiable seraph, burdened with countless sins. And now, Exeunt.
Wait!
I suggest you make time to grieve.
I told everyone to meet here tomorrow morning. Sometimes it's best to be alone for a while.
Thanks, Mikleo.
Sorey, don't worry about it too much. I need a bit of a walk myself.
Und so hat Dazzle sein Leben für uns gegeben. Wir machen noch ein bisschen die Stadt erkunden. Wir machen jetzt die anderen Sterne hier und gucken, was sie zu reden haben. Oder zu sagen haben eher.
Dazzle's death, his shameful acts, and the things Simone said. Perhaps they're all things the shepherd has to accept in order to quell the Lord of Calamity.
I'm just not sure how to feel about it all.
I was thinking you should quit.
What?
Just hear me out. I used to think that when the shepherd was getting crushed and overwhelmed by his duty or by his destiny, that it was something that you could just up and quit. Until yesterday, that is. Things are different now.
For Dazzle's sake, if nothing else, I want to find the answers.
That's right. It isn't even some feeling of obligation so much as I just want to know. in the hope that we won't make the same mistakes again. So that's why I no longer think you should quit.
We definitely have to find some answers.
Right. And it isn't just the shepherd's duty either. This journey is something we, all of us, need to own.
That's true. Thank you.
There's no need for thanks. I just said how I truly feel.
So, gehen wir weiter. Unsere Sachen nach Antworten ist noch nicht vorüber. Da hat er recht. Jemand ist da drinne und jemand ist auf der anderen Seite. Achso, das ist das gleiche Ausruhen, okay, wie... Ne? Ist der... Bin jetzt verwirrt. Die anderen werden wahrscheinlich... Ach, da oben dann sein, okay. Wir haben hier noch Rose und danach, leider.
Our friend, the creepy little girl, she said she was burdened with sins.
Right. And she also said that the shepherd must know the truth of Seraphim, who carry such sorrowful burdens.
Of those whose mere existence means human suffering. Sometimes death can be a release. If just by living one causes terrible things to happen, then death would be.
Edna, stop right there.
I'm not talking about Dazzle, you idiot.
You shouldn't be saying that about your brother either.
So what if I did? They're just words. It's probably nothing you haven't heard before anyway.
I still don't like it. I don't want to hear it right now.
Oh. Then there's nothing to discuss.
Yeah.
Sorey. All I was really trying to say is that I think Dazzle was saved in a way. I chose my words poorly, and it was wrong of me. I apologize.
Thank you, Edna.
Don't mention it.
Ja, sie ist, glaube ich, nicht manchmal der richtigen Worte, findet nicht die richtigen Worte, aber ja. Eine einzige Nacht reicht bei weitem nicht aus, um meine Gefühle zu sortieren. Camille. Sind die beide da oben? Ne, ist nur noch. Wo ist dann Rose? Rose fehlt trotzdem. Oder wird die erst das getriggert, wenn wir uns ausruhen? Könnte es sein. Gut, gehen wir mal, was Lila zu sagen hat.
Lila, what are you doing?
Oh, this?
That's incredible! How'd you do that?
Making paper crafts like this really takes the edge off for me.
I forget about all my cares, and it's like I just enter my own little world.
I see.
Sorey, you've got to stop carrying the burden all by yourself.
I think this one's gonna be tough, even if I share the burden. I find myself wondering, was there anything else I could have done? Should we have talked it over first? I just start thinking about things.
Moments of reflection are good for the spirit, Sorey, but regrets solve nothing.
What's this?
Humans have a custom. Sometimes they send a paper boat down a river imbued with a remembrance of their lost one, so that it may reach them. Since Dezel was a wind seraph, I thought maybe a bird that soars through the air would be more fitting. Now, Sorey, let's send it off.
I'm sure it reached him. Lila.
Yes?
Thank you. But you mustn't try to carry the burden all by yourself either.
I'll be quite fine. There's no need to worry. I'm going to stay up here for a while. The wind feels comforting.
All right then. I'll leave you to it.
Okay. I too have a ways to go.
Sie hat noch einen langen Weg vor sich, was sagt sie? Okay. Bitte lass mich noch kurz hier bleiben. Alles klar. Aber wo ist Rose? Ist sie wirklich im Gasthaus? Weil ich habe nur noch 2 Sternchen. Und ich kann doch bestimmt nirgendwo anders hin, oder? Oder schon? Doch. Ah. Das ist so weit. Und da oben ist Rose wahrscheinlich, oder? Ja.
Sorey.
Huh?
Back there, I spoke with Dezel during his last moments. And when I saw him then, I remembered something that I'd forgotten long ago. I had met him before, when I was really little. I realized he'd probably been protecting me ever since, my whole life.
Rose, Dezel didn't want you to know that. He said he wanted you to live believing you'd come this far by your strength alone.
Yeah, I'm sure that's what he wanted. But I actually wish he'd just straight up told me, without knowing I was a jerk, self-absorbed and totally ungrateful to him.
Sorry.
From now on, you gotta tell me these things, alright?
Right. This is actually a load off my mind. I was worried you'd be, devastated.
Yeah, I don't know. A whole lot of things happened all at once. And somehow it doesn't feel like I'll never see him again. And the garbage that crazy Simone chick was spouting, I think it says more about her problems than anything else.
Rose, you're my hero.
Oh, I just don't like to think too much. Anyway, Sorey, you get some good rest.
I will.
Ja, wir werden uns ausruhen, aber nachdem ich mit Sorey gesprochen habe. Sorey, ich glaube, du solltest etwas schlafen. Ja. Das denke ich auch, aber erst hier. So weit. Was mit Dezels Hut spielt.
Hey, Shepard. Tell me something. How was Dezel in his last moments?
He was smiling.
So, he was he? I guess he got his wish after all.
Zavid, you knew Dezel, didn't you?
Sort of. There was a time my comrades and I saved him, and he was just a little rascal.
Oh. Is that why your fighting styles are so similar?
Yep, he learned by copying me. And yet, I don't think he even remembered who I was. That fellow tossed everything away, even his memories. But if something gets thrown away, you just gotta find it again. And you found it for him, didn't you?
Hey, are you trying to comfort me, Zavid?
You bet I am. You're gonna be my all-important vessel pretty soon. Can't have you getting all malevolent on me.
Huh?
And on that note, I think I'll go talk to Lila about that Sublord Pact.
You gotta be kidding me!
Well, I can't exterminate the Hellions all by myself anymore, can I? And besides, if I tag along with you, I can collect your debt to me whenever I like.
You can't just decide something like that!
Oops, I did. Anyway, see you tomorrow, Sheps.
That lousy...
Ja, aber der wäre ist der Einzigste und noch was als Seraph in Frage kommt. Also, außer wir müssen uns noch einen anderen suchen. Aber ich glaube, er wird's bleiben. So, da ruhen wir uns so ein bisschen aus.
Morning, Sorey. Did you sleep well?
Yeah.
You don't look like it.
Yo, Sorey!
Oh, Zavid, you're still here.
Ouch! Lila, is he always this cold?
Well, it looks like everyone's here. Care to explain why you wish to enter the Sublord Pact?
No problemo. My goal is directly connected to the Shepherd's journey.
Your goal? Oh yeah, you said there were people you had to settle the score with.
Right. One of them being little Miss Edna's older brother. And the other? Mautellus.
Mautellus of the Five Lords?
The entire Glenwood continent is supposed to be under his protection, right? Except our baby boy toddled off somewhere, and right at that exact time, the Lord of Calamity shows up. Isn't that funny?
It can't be.
I didn't think it could be either. At first.
But if Mautellus really did become a Hellion and bind with Heldolf...
We'll need to confirm that's what happened.
And the only way to do that is to approach him directly.
Maybe, but we need to be able to stand against Heldolf's domain, or we're sunk.
And that's where I come in. If you'll let me fill the Dezel-shaped hole in your group, together we should be strong enough. How about it? It's in all our best interests, right?
What do you believe we should do?
Sorey,
Oh, what were we talking about again?
Hey, can I have the floor?
Huh?
Hey! I thought you had good to do in the world! Keep moping and crying, and I'll chain you up so tight you can't even breathe! That's what he said. Oh, and he asked me to kick your ass a little too while I was at it. And then I told him I'd do my best out there. And so that's why I'm damn well gonna do my best out there. Why am I crying like this?
Rose.
He was really, really glad he got to travel with all of you. And I didn't even notice. But in the end, he was smiling. If only I talked with him more. Oh, forget it. I'm done.
Thank you for delivering his message to us. He was a kind watchdog up until the very end.
I'll say.
Guess you'll be okay from now on, huh, Rose?
I'm okay. Are you okay?
All right, let's go!
Hold your horses! Don't I get a packed thingy?
Oh.
Alrighty. So, now what do we do?
Just as planned. We're heading to Glavend Basin.
Since it's the place where we first met Heldoff.
Glavend Basin, huh? Here we go!
Zu Gelfens Senke, okay. Auf zu Gelfens Senke. Die war... Was? Suche nach Heldoff, dem Herrscher des Unheils. Oh, der Held der Senke war... Ne, da wollte ich mal kurz gucken. Okay, Kleefeld Senke. Also auf dem Ach, das ist Schlachtfeld immer, okay. Okay, er heißt, wir müssten... Ja, das sieht man hier, sieht man schön. Wir haben ja letztes Mal Mikleo die Prüfung gemacht, da haben wir da wieder ein Schwert fertig. Okay. Heißt es, wir müssen nach... Laston Bell. Und von da aus... Von Laston Bell... müssen wir zur Lamorak-Höhle und von da aus kommen wir dorthin. Alles klar. Und so, jetzt hören wir uns das da hier an.
You said you'd fill in for Dezel, right?
A man never goes back on his word. Well, unless it's with the ladies.
But can you really do it?
Oh ho ho! You doubt me, huh? Come on, you've seen what I can do.
Yeah, but only because you practically forced it on us.
I said I was sorry. Jeez.
We get how strong you are, but what about the spiritual power of wind? You don't have to go back and get it?
Not to worry. The shepherd takes those spiritual powers into his being. So there's nothing to worry about. Especially not with an able and handsome wind seraph like me.
All right then.
I won't let you down.
I'll see to it you don't.
I'm a little surprised. You're quite knowledgeable about spiritual powers and shepherds.
Well, I am a well-experienced grown-ass man after all. You know you can always count on me.
Somehow I'm not so sure that I can.
I know this is real sudden, but there's something I want to ask y'all so I can fit in a little better. Tell me your weaknesses.
Why would we tell you something like that?
Hey now, that's cold, Mick boy. I'll tell you mine to make it fair. On days when the temperature is low, I get cold.
Yeah, because you don't wear any clothes.
Oh, I see how it is. You want something juicier? Let me tell you something. If a girl starts crying, there's nothing I won't do for her.
Didn't need to know that, thanks.
You guys are tough customers. All right, try this one on for size. I'm strong against earth, but weak against fire.
We knew that.
That's no good either? Well, then here's a juicy tidbit that'll rock your world. As far as I can tell, from the waist up, Lila is...
This isn't even about weaknesses anymore. Looks like you're fitting in just fine, I'd say.
Hey, Zavid. I want to ask you about something you mentioned.
Oh, Is this your response to my love confession?
Don't try and weasel your way out of this. You said there was something you had to settle with my brother.
That's all there is to it, really. There's just something between us we need to settle.
And that something is?
I told him, please, let me marry your little sister, and he punched me.
Don't lie.
Oh, come on, he'd totally do something like that.
Fine, don't tell me then.
No wonder he's worried about her all the time.
So what's this really about? Did Edna's brother ask a favor from you or something like that?
Who wants to know?
Does it have something to do with the oath?
Nah, it's not that big of a deal. But even so, a promise between men is just as sacred.
Gut, aber ich würde sagen, wie es hier weitergeht, wir machen uns erst in der nächsten Folge auf den Weg dorthin zum Schlachtfeld und gucken nach nach den... Jetzt habe ich den Namen wieder vergessen und nach dem Helldorf und den Herrscher des Unheils suchen wir erst in der nächsten Folge. Ich sage vielen herzlichen Dank fürs Zuschauen. Bis zum nächsten Mal. Haut rein. Ciao.